from Arce Engine Building. Usually you'll see me at my shop doing automotive machining, doing boring and honing, engine balancing and injectors and cylinder heads and what have you. You also may see me at the racetrack as well. Anyway, I wanted to share this little project that I did for home. I'm getting close to retiring, and so I wanted a welding system that would be very sturdy and meet some of the general needs of things to repair around the home and projects that I want to do after I retire. The biggest thing here was putting the cart together, you know, cutting and welding and doing all that kind of stuff. And I wanted it to be able to do MIG, which this is right here, and also TIG. And when I say TIG, I mean AC and DC. I chose the WeldPro systems. I did a little bit of research and they seem to have pretty darn good quality. Do I wish it was American made? Absolutely. But these days it's very difficult to get what you want in a package and be made here in the States. In any case, I wanted to share this cart with you, a little bit about the welders and how I put this whole thing together to make it really nice and efficient for how my future is going to go being retired. So with that, I'm going to grab that camera. I'm going to show you some close-ups of what I got going, and also at the end of the video I will also show some pictures when the project started and how I did a few things, and we'll, like I said, we'll have that at the end. So probably the biggest thing is I wanted to make this cart very sturdy, but I also wanted to keep it light. I wanted to keep it compact. I didn't want it super heavy. I wanted it to be kind of streamlined. I also wanted it to house both the bottle for the MIG welder and the bottle for the TIG welder, so you didn't have to you know, take the hose off and switch and that kind of thing. I know there's different gases that you can use, but I didn't want to get that. I wanted to both have their own system, so I did that as well. And that's quite a bit of weight for this cart, but I put some gussets and that type of thing in there that I think really made this thing super nice. One of the things that I'm really happy with is I got a 4-inch wheel on the rear and I got a 3-inch wheel on the front. It's a swivel, and the thing it's very nice to roll around. It's not going to be out in the dirt or anything like that. So it's going to be on the cement floor, so you can see it moves around quite easily and what have you. So I'm really happy with the way that came out. Some of the features that this will have, along with the strength and the way it rolls around, is the wiring is very neat and clean and organized. It also has a 110 outlet right here, in case you're not running your battery operated tools. You'll have this right here. And then the other cool thing is that I had each of the welders plugged into a junction box, and then all you have is just one plug to plug the whole system in, so you can get all that power. So we'll go ahead and just plug that in just for fun like that. It also, I got hangers on it. I got 4 hangers on it that takes care of your MIG welder, obviously the power cord. Over here we got all the TIG cables, and really nice right here is the foot pedal. I'll grab the camera and show you some close-ups, but I'm very happy with how it came out. I haven't tried or used any of it. I haven't even really plugged it in, so this is the first time it's seeing that. I haven't even turned on the regulators. I got everything plumbed and wired, and we'll be doing a little bit of that today. So anyway, let me show you around real close, the close-up stuff here, some of the features that it has. Like I said, again, we have WeldPro here. That's what I chose to use. To try and keep it light, what I did is I made the feet that are angled here. I made little pockets for those feet to set in on both the units. And I got this strap right here, which I wind up getting real inexpensive from Amazon. And I put the strap on there, and you can see the thing is pretty sturdy. The same over here, real nice. And I put these little loops here to grab it. Like I said, here's here's the hooks right here. These were just something I got at Home Depot. They're basically, I think, for hanging bicycles or what have you. So I put one here for our power cable. You can see why we're here. I might as well show you back here what I did. So here's where both the units plug in. This is kind of a unique piece that I took the face plates and welded them together there with this junction box, which was also powder coated. I welded it in and it turned out really nice. I'm real happy with this. So around front here, I got a nice handle right here. You can get to it pretty easily. I have another hanger for your helmet right here. That turned out really nice. Got some new gloves for Christmas there. And then I put a tray right there that will take care of all my consumables, I guess you could say. I got them all in there. It's kind of cool. Same underneath there, some spares and what have you. And then on the bottom is another tray with some wiring that came with the units that convert it from 220 to 110 if you wanted to run 110. Now, it won't do the current that 220 will, but it will get you by if you have a small project to do out in the field or something. Not that this is going out there. I got some extra spools here for the MIG welder. Anyway, that's all pretty cool right there. And I was real cautious about when I was setting it up that I wanted it to be level from the back to the front, and I strengthened it from underneath. You can kind of see the gussets right there, that there's gussets right underneath the bottles. I also housed the bottom of the bottle, as you can see right there, and the top. I actually got these online, and they came with these little, I guess, tube pieces, if you will. And what it's done is it really made the thing sturdy, made it nice. They don't rattle or anything, so that's really cool. Got some tubing right here from Home Depot, and got a couple of clamps that just kind of hang on there, trying to utilize all the space. So that turned out real good. Might as well just let's turn on one of the. I haven't even turned the bottles on yet, but let's just go ahead and turn the bottle on here. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, so that's good. And this one down here. See that? Yep, there we go. So we got gas going to it, so that's cool. Coming around to the other side, we got the TIG torch right here. That's pretty straightforward and simple. There is a cable that goes for a finger control that you can put on here, but I'm planning on using the foot pedal right here. And I also made a hook for that, so you can just take this thing out and, put it wherever you need to, And obviously you got the length of cable right there. That's real nice being housed like that. So sits in there quite well. I made some tubes back here to take care of some of the rod that I'm going to be using for the TIG part of it. And that's pretty much it. There's some extra space down in here. You can see the cap to the bottle is right here. And then I haven't quite figured out what to put right there, but there's a little bit more space right there. As far as the wiring goes, I kept it real neat and clean. These are the power cables that are wrapped around underneath there, and then go into the plug-in that I had talked about. And then that 110 circuitry and some of the other cords, you can see them tucked up in here and tie wrapped up real nice. I'm real happy with that. So anyway, like I said, these bottles are nice and sturdy. The thing rolls around real nice. I guess we could, I'm gonna power it up right now, just hopefully nothing goes bad, and just see if she comes on or what have you. Oh, there we go. Very nice, very nice. With the wiring setup, I don't think I would attempt to use both of the units full bore at the same time. But you probably could, but I'm not planning on doing that. So, and then here's our MIG welder right there. Nice little fans there. So anyway, so that's kind of what I got going on. Like I said, I'm real happy with it. I can't wait to use it. I'll probably show another video and see how these things work. I haven't even tried them yet. So the MIG welder's a 155. That's going to be good enough for around the house and doing small projects. And the Tig welder, which is an AC and DC, is 200. And again, I think that'll be real nice as well. I like the angle. I mean, it looks a little aggressive right here, but I wanted the thing to be at a comfortable height, and so I didn't have to bend down to see the digital displays and everything that's going on with the units and adjustments and that kind of thing that I got to do. So anyway, there's a nice little, when I plugged it in, I guess we got a little green light here that says that this is active. This is also on a GFI too, by the way. I put that in there. So that will protect you if for some reason you get around any water or anything goofy that will could electrocute you, so it'll shut off right away. So, and then this is a Miller helmet. It's not their top of the line, but it's a very decent helmet. It's similar to the one like I got at the shop. Anyways, so that's it right there. Again, I'll show some still pictures in a later video that will show the start of the fabrication of what I was doing and what have you. And I'm real happy with this thing. It's kind of cute, kind of neat, kind of organized, and I can't wait to use it. Anyway, thank you guys for taking a look. Hopefully it gave you some new ideas for your project. And when I get a little closer to retirement, I'm going to probably wind up doing a few more of these types of things. Not necessarily with the welding, but some other things. And I'll kind of show those around and try and help people out with my ideas. And it's the same way that I learned. So anyways, thank you all for looking. Appreciate it. Well, let's give the 110 a check here. Make sure the outlet works. Thing rolls so easy that there we go. Looking good, man. Looking good.
Shift and shake.